All right, so the first card we have is the Queen of Pentacles, okay? So you guys are really, really focused right now. Um, oh my God, really, really focused. Because with the Queen of Pentacle energy here that I'm seeing, it's like really being focused on what you need to do. And I feel like this is through your daily work, but I also feel like there's a greater sense of trying to determine your purpose. I feel like I'm hearing someone say, you know, why am I here? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? So I do see this as a part of your overall energy. If this isn't something that you're currently experiencing, it might have been something that you did feel last month and has now become the catalyst as to where you are today. If you have not felt this way as of yet, this could be the energy that pops up later on in this month, possibly next month, okay? Very good energy. Now, the Queen of Wands pops up, okay? And she is talking about putting some things into action because your wands are always about action, right? So not only have you or will you be thinking about really focused on what it is that you want to do, need to be doing, all of that, you're also going to be taking some type of action here, okay? Putting some things into action. Wow, you guys are coming out very, very fierce this month, and I'm loving it. All right, so again, here we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is like having a new beginning, but I also feel like a new motivation towards getting shit done. All right. So if you've had some moments where in seasons past it didn't seem like things were moving, you felt like, you know, you were a little lethargic, but I feel like for the majority of you, it was more so a mental state of being. You felt stuck. You felt as if you didn't really have a clear direction. But with this Ace of Wands, this is really, really speaking about new beginnings. Some of you might have a new career that has come into play. Some of you may have even decided to build a business, or your business is now flourishing to the next level. But this could also speak about travel. So for some of you that have been wanting to get your funds in order with the Queen of Pentacles, you may have been focused on money. You may have been trying to get something more stable set aside, because I do see that with the Queen of Pentacles, you guys have been focused a lot on your money. You guys are focused on all areas of your life, but I feel like you almost get the idea that money, and I'm hearing this, I don't know who's thinking this, but someone is like, you know, money makes the world go round at this point. Not that you've always been motivated by money, but you understand in the last, I would say the last couple of years to maybe 5 or 6 years for some of you, money has been the root of a lot of your problems, okay? And I'm talking about lack thereof. For some of you, you might have had extensive spending in seasons past, but there has been some lack here. There's been some unemployment. There's been you wanting to get out of a job and get into a new one. So there's been some struggles with career there. But honestly, I'm feeling like that is literally about to change for you guys, because I do see something new on the horizon. But the thing of it is, Libra, is that you guys are what's new. You guys have a different mindset. You guys are ready to take on whatever it is that you need to take on. And you guys are really, like I said, you guys are really, really focused. You guys are focused on your money. You guys are focused on your career. And you guys are really doing everything that you need to do to set some shit in motion, which is very exciting to see. All right. Now, the 10 of Wands showing up here is a little bit of your old energy and a little bit of your new energy. Because we know before you guys were really, really struggling with a lot of different responsibilities. Like I said, there was some lack financially, career-wise. There was a lot of responsibilities. Some of you may have family members, or you might have children that you needed to take care of. Some of you have extreme debt that you were looking to take care of. And where you were in the position of lack, it was just a constant building up. Okay. And this is what caused your mental overwhelmment, so to speak. And so it looks like you're overcoming that, okay, Libra? Because with the Ace of Wands, this is definitely superseding this. So this is a new beginning from this energy. Some of you are just getting in the groove of things, so it's slowly but surely trying to smooth its way out. But I'm also feeling like there's a little bit more added on. So it's like I haven't quite gotten up from under all of my current responsibilities, but because you're moving into a new phase, you still have some residual of the old and then the new. So for instance, if you were without a job before and you didn't have much money and now you have a new job, it's like the burdens of being new and learning the new job, or maybe you have to travel back and forth to work. And so, you know, you haven't got your first check yet, or your first check that you did get, you had to spend on catching up where you were. So it's like not quite fully out of that energy, but definitely starting to drop these wands off one by one. So this is very exciting energy. Now, this is a very beautiful place that you're in right now. There has been a lot of transformation, yes, which needed to happen. But we all have a shadow side. So we're going to take a look at anything that could be hidden in the shadows, Libra, that could be hindering your progress to continue to move forward, or is possibly going to sneak up. Okay, so it's always good to be one step ahead of the game. All right, so let's take a look here and see if there's anything that you guys need to be aware of. Okay. Yeah, you guys are really, really focused. Really, really focused. A lot of creativity. Yeah, I'm loving this energy. All right, out it comes. Okay, very interesting. We're just going to sit here. Okay. So I'm just going to read a little bit out of the book so that you guys can get an idea. I just love this deck. This deck will just spring some shit up out the air, and you'll be looking at this and you'll be like, what does this mean? And then you'll read it and it's like, okay, yeah, exactly, I see it now. But anyway, this is speaking about an adventure awaiting. All right, it's telling you to put your everyday life in the rearview mirror and head out to uncharted territory. Yes, this is talking about experiencing something new. So with this newfound energy that you have to focus on being creative, focus on new career, focus on getting your money up and what your life purpose is, there's also a part of you that needs to step out of the box, because I feel like for a lot of you, the collective that have been struggling a great deal with the lack, there's been depression, there's been isolation. So now it's time to break out. And this card talks about finding new friends, experiencing new things, and having a freshened perspective in life just all across the board. All right. In this, you will find new inspiration when you strike out in new directions. All right. So this is a long time coming, Libra. You might feel a little bit giddy because of this newfound motivation. It's like, yes, this is finally working. I finally see the ball rolling. I can't speak today, guys. I finally see the ball rolling, and I see some progress that is in the make. And so I feel like this is newfound inspiration here. So this is really good. So I don't see anything blocking you as of right now, which is a very, very beautiful thing, Libra. I'm so happy that you guys so far not showing any of this stifling energy. All right, so that is a good sign. Let's take a look a little further here. Wow, newfound energy for you guys. Amazing. Woo, and it flips right over. Oh my God, yes. Okay, liberation, free yourself. All right, this is exactly what this card here was talking about. All right, so with this here, this is talking about releasing yourself from holding yourself back, is what they were saying here. But there might be some people that can't go on this journey with you. Okay, Libra. There could be a person or situations or things that you're still kind of holding on to that don't necessarily represent where you're going. And I think that you're trying to figure out, and maybe this is why we do have a little bit of these wands still accumulated, because it's like, who is going to make the cut? What do I keep and what do I leave behind? All right, so this is where this could be a little challenging for you, although you are ready to take on anything that you need to plunge forward. Now it's going to come down to decision-making time to say, hey, not everybody can go with me on this quest. So I think this is going to be the thing that really could be a challenge for you. Let's take a look here and see if there's any additional messages. Okay, yeah. So it says it's time to liberate yourself from toxic people who might have been soft and seductive in life, but are now smothering you. So the same individuals that before in seasons past might have been your comfort, may have been people that you enjoyed being around. Maybe that's not the case anymore. Maybe you're starting to see that there are some people that do have some toxic behaviors, or maybe you were just blinded to the fact that they were toxic because where you were at in your particular mindset, you had a little bit of toxicity as well, okay? And sometimes when we're feeling down and then we have other people around us that are also feeling down or aiding in and adding into how we feel about ourselves and about our situations, they actually keep that negative energy, that toxic energy flowing through you, because they are also channeling, you know, that negative aspect there for you. So I feel like with that being said, it's time to untangle yourself from certain individuals at this time. All right. There could be a little bit of codependency here. There could be someone or some people that you had relied on and maybe they relied on you, or maybe vice versa. And not to say that you guys were using each other as a crutch maliciously or vindictively or even purposely, but I do see that there could be some codependency between you and another person, Libra, or you and a group of people. And now that you have a different mindset, this just isn't going to work for you anymore. All right. So it's time to take action and free yourself from this particular person, situation, or groups of people, because this is not the energy that you are exuding at this point in time. And the wheel is definitely turning. So you don't want to have to go in backwards motion, Libra. We've worked too hard for you guys to get where you are today. So you kind of have to keep it moving, all right? All right, let's go in a little deeper here. Yeah, so that's all I'm seeing that is going to be holding you back. I think that you will get into the groove here where finances will eventually get back in order. You'll be able to focus a little bit more on your life purpose. Things are going to become a lot more clear to you. But the negatives that are there definitely have to go. And I don't think that you're going to have too much of a problem doing this. It's just that you know that you have to do it, and so you're preparing yourself to do it, or you're contemplating on how to do this. But I see you definitely making that list. Okay. All right, Libra. So we do have true love here. All right. So there's a couple of different feelings that I get from this card. When we were talking about freeing yourself from someone or some individuals, I feel like in order for you to make this list or to figure out if you should do this or who all of this applies to, you're going to be looking at who do you feel truly loves you. And I think that you're really going to be taking that time to look at, you know, when I was down and when I was going through things, who was there for me, but also trying to lift me up. Not who was down in the gutter with me, who was down, you know, when I was down and trying to keep me down, who truly wanted to see me succeed, and who do I have to thank for helping me to get to where I am today or hanging in there with me during my lowest moments. And so I do think that in this process, you are going to find a newfound respect and appreciation and gratitude towards some of the individuals or an individual that was around you prior to your newfound successes. Okay. But it does say the romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So this could also, for some of you, be the fact that now that you are on a steady track and you are liberating yourself from someone toxic or toxic mindsets or other individuals, there will now be the ability of true love to be able to come into your life, where before there was a standstill when it came to love, or there was a lot of roadblocks and obstacles standing in the way because the way that you felt about yourself, the way that you felt about your finances and your situations, that sort of thing. So sometimes we really have to go through a lot of shit and clean it up before we can invite love in. And sometimes when we're trying to do relationships and have lack in finances and, you know, situations with career and family, it's just not enough focus to be able to give to a relationship. So for the collective, I do think that you are going to be coming down and looking at your loved ones. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. It might be friends, it might be family. But for a lot of you, I do think that in the midst of sifting through all of that, you are going to recognize who truly loved you. And I do think that you will recognize someone that's been there, maybe someone that's been trying to pursue a relationship with you. Maybe there was someone that you didn't see in that light, but now that you have a little bit more clarity and stability, you are recognizing someone that was just a friend that you can now see as someone that you could possibly be interested in dating, or new true love coming in. So either way, Libra, it's definitely coming in. So let's see what your soul has to say. Okay, let's see what your soul has to say. Wow, just got freaked out because this is the back of the cards, and then I went to shuffle and I was like, wait a minute, wait. I always forget that that card is in there until that happens. All right, so wow, came right out. All right, Libra, let's take a look at this. All right, sorrow. All right, so this is what I feel. I feel like for a lot of you, there has, as you know, we've talked about it time and time before, there's been a lot of sorrow. There's been a lot of loss. There's been a lot of heartbreak, okay? We can't even go through the list of everything that there's been when it comes to Libra. You guys have been through a lot. But through all of that, although it seems like loss of time, loss of finances, loss of love, loss of friendships, even family members, there's been a lot of loss. There has been a lot of gain through this that you might be starting to see or might not recognize at this point. But there has been a lot of lessons that you've learned. And I think that at one point in time, a lot of you had gotten numb to a lot of different emotions. And so there have been some things that have put you back in touch with your emotions. I think that the sorrow now is starting to be over. I think the last part of the sorrow is going to be, like I said, trying to decipher who needs to go and who can stay. But you're coming to the ending of the phase of feeling lost and feeling neglected and feeling rejected and feeling less than and not worthy. All of that is cycling out. Okay, so there won't be any more of this, because this is what is going to replace that feeling of sorrow. You have a lot of blessings, Libra, that have been stored in your personal bank, so to speak, your spiritual, emotional bank. And now it's coming back to you. Also with this card I always remember. It's a very special card to me. And the reason why I remember it is because it has a very, very profound meaning that says, I see you. I see exactly what you've been through. I see exactly what you've done for other people, even in your lack, even in your darkest moments. And we want to give back to you. And the universe is going to give back to you, as you can see, slowly but surely. And for some of you, if you haven't experienced this as of yet, I need you to hear me when I say, try to believe that this is coming for you, okay? Because for some of you, it hasn't happened yet. So you're like, oh man, I want you to believe this, because even if this reading is not for you, because what you believe and what you really, really feel in your heart of all hearts is what comes to fruition. I'm a big manifester. I'm into the whole law of attraction. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is really what's naturally coming to you. But for some of you, you do have to manifest this into your life, okay? So if this reading so far doesn't speak to you and you're like, okay, this isn't speaking to me, I haven't seen any of this yet, it could be coming naturally, or you might need to manifest this. But either way, there are some things that you should be proud of that you have done. Maybe you didn't have all the answers. Maybe you didn't have a lot of money, but you did have some compassion. You did have some good advice to give. You did have some love that you shared with some individuals, and it's coming back to you tenfold. Okay, Libra. So that is this reading. You guys have really, really been doing the work. I said that the last time, and now it's just like,